Have you ever walked into a room and felt eyes instantly drawn to you, and yet you couldn't explain why? It wasn't just your outfit, it wasn't your makeup, it was something deeper, something instinctive. According to legendary psychologist Carl Jung, men are wired by ancient instincts, powerful subconscious archetypes that guide their attention even before they say a single word. But here's the truth most women don't realize. You don't have to change yourself to be magnetic. You just have to understand how your natural traits, your eyes, your energy, your presence, already speak a silent language men are biologically and psychologically attuned to. So today, we're diving into 5 body signals men instinctively notice first in a woman, and how you can embrace and enhance them, not for validation, but to own your authentic feminine power. Let's begin. 1. Your eyes. The silent connection. They call them the windows to the soul, and for good reason. When a man looks into your eyes, he's not just seeing color or shape. On a subconscious level, he's assessing something much deeper. Can he trust you? Is there warmth? Is there depth? Carl Jung believed the eyes reflect our unconscious selves, our dreams, our fears, and our truth. And from a psychological standpoint, prolonged eye contact actually releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, creating instant emotional closeness. That's why a soft, confident gaze can feel more intimate than touch. Tip for women: you don't need to force eye contact, just be present. Let your gaze show curiosity, confidence, and calm energy. That's what truly captivates. 2. Your lips, the language of feminine energy. Lips are more than just a beauty feature. They're deeply symbolic of sensuality, expression, and emotion. Science shows that full, soft lips subconsciously signal high estrogen levels and fertility, which men are wired to notice, even if they don't realize it. But it's not just the shape, it's the expression. A gentle smile, a thoughtful pause, a quiet These subtle lip movements draw men in because they hint at emotional warmth, communication, and feminine receptivity. Tip for women: you don't need bold lipstick to be magnetic. Hydrate your lips. Let your smile be genuine. Your softness speaks louder than any loud color. 3. Your hair, the crown of vitality. Think of every goddess, fairy tale heroine, or ancient queen. They all had one thing in common: radiant, flowing hair. In Jungian psychology, hair represents life force and individual expression. And evolution agrees. Men are wired to notice healthy, shiny hair because it silently signals youth, vitality, and hormonal balance. But it's not about the length or trend. It's about the message your hair gives. Is it well cared for? Does it reflect freedom, femininity, strength? Tip for women: invest in hair health, not to impress, but to express. Let your hair tell a story of care, confidence, and quiet power. 4. Your waist-to-hip ratio, the ancient signal of fertility. Whether we realize it or not, men are subconsciously drawn to certain body proportions, especially a waist-to-hip ratio of around 0.7. Why? Because it's biologically linked to high fertility, strong genetics, and hormonal balance. But let's be honest, not every woman naturally has this ratio. Here's what matters more: how you carry your shape. Confidence, posture, and movement speak louder than perfection. Tip for women: Accentuate your waist with clothing that celebrates your natural curves. Walk with intention. Dance with flow. Your body isn't a trend, it's timeless art. 5. Your skin, the canvas of inner wholeness. Smooth, glowing skin isn't just admired for beauty. It signals health, vitality, and balance. From a biological view, it indicates immunity, youthfulness, and strong genetics. And Jung believed that healthy skin reflects the self-archetype, a harmony between your inner world and outer appearance. But this doesn't mean you need to chase perfection or hide every blemish. In fact, authenticity often shines brighter than flawless filters. Tip for women: focus on inner balance, hydration, sleep, nutrition, and self-love. When you feel whole inside, it radiates outside. And that is what truly draws attention. Deeper layer. Attraction beyond physical. Let's go even deeper. You see, what men notice first is often primal. But what makes them stay, what makes them fall in love, is emotional presence. Your empathy, your energy, your emotional intelligence. These are the invisible forces that hold a man's heart longer than beauty ever could. So while these 5 features may open the door, your essence is what keeps them inside. Final thoughts: the most magnetic thing you can ever wear. Now that you understand what truly captures a man's attention, not just physically but on a soul-deep level, here's the secret most women overlook. You don't have to chase, you don't have to perform, and you definitely don't have to shrink yourself to fit someone else's idea of desirable. The real magic, it's already within you. Your quiet confidence, your soft yet unshakable energy, your unapologetic presence. That's what pulls the right man in, effortlessly. Because the most magnetic thing you can ever wear is your self-possession. A woman who owns her energy, who knows her worth, who walks into a room not needing to prove anything, just being everything. Let attraction be a side effect of your alignment, not your effort. Let your presence speak so loudly that your words become the echo. And remember, the right man will be drawn not just to how you look, but to how it feels to be in your orbit. That's the kind of woman who's unforgettable. Which of these 5 traits do you feel is your silent superpower? Your eyes, your smile, your energy. Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. If you loved this dive into female psychology and attraction, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because we are just scratching the surface of what makes women unforgettable. See you in the next video, and remember, you are already the magic they're looking for.